me alive.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe. I am Sade.
I'm Nina. What up,
I
y'all?
like your ponytail. I'm trying to have one. My
Okay,
shape
that's right.
pony.
It's so hot. We have to, right?
It is hot. It is hot. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Meet the Shoe, guys. We are here tonight for our 6 p.m. Wednesday show. And we had a couple breaking news articles that happened today. And the first one, we're going to talk about the 5 soldiers shot at the military base in Georgia. They say this is the second largest military base in all the states.
Yep.
So I don't know what happened, but his name is Sergeant Cornelius Radford. He's 28 years old. What could have made him to really snap out? He's young guy. He's a sergeant.
Yep.
What made him snap out and shoot 5 people?
I don't know. They say the gunfire prompted the base to command to lock down the facility, and I guess this was this was after he was shooting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Army bases 40 miles outside of Savannah, Georgia, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called Fort Stewart.
Fort Stewart.
in
So
Georgia.
then they closed a couple of the schools in that area as well too, just in case he was running or fleeing or something.
Yeah, he was there around 3 years, the officials say.
3 years.
So
Okay.
yeah, he had been a member there for 3 years, and I don't know. It sounds to me kind of like he was being bullied.
That's what I'm alleging too.
It
Bullying.
involved his co-workers. They're saying.
Mm-hmm. Usually, people when they're in close facility and it's targeted thing, it has to be something to do with you disrespect the person.
Yep.
Bad relationship going haywire to the fact
Yep.
that there must have been a love triangle allegedly,
Mhm.
or bullying, like you said. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he seemed in this picture, he didn't seem like a aggressive type of person. He seemed like a nice young man.
Right.
What could have triggered him to really go mayhem? We won't know until he is debriefed and interrogated. So I had asked you earlier, since this is a military base, this is a federal offense.
Yeah.
Federal military court,
Yep.
corporal punishment.
Yeah.
So how does that look? Will it be a military type of federal prosecutor? You know what I mean? Or it's just the feds?
It's the feds. When you're in when you involve a federal crime on federal grounds, anything government is federal. So what a lot of people don't know, like for instance, like the native ground is government. So when you have anything that even as small as a traffic ticket, I don't know, like a fight at a school, a riot, terroristic threats, if it's done on a federal ground, whereas in a state you might get a slap on the wrist, but federal, it's always intense. So like I said, anything that you do on federal ground is always 10 times worse.
Wow.
And where his sergeant, the higher commands up, they might be involved in the charging phase, the sentencing phase. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say that any of them was unalived, right? It just says shot.
They're in the hospital.
They're in the hospital, but none of them seem to be like life-threatening
wounds, gunshot
wounds.
wounds.
It doesn't, there's the family speaking. Trump has spoke.
What did Trump say?
Okay, here's a recording of Trump.
Okay.
Before we begin, I'd like to say a few words about the shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, 5 people were seriously wounded and 2 very, very seriously hurt around 11 o'clock this morning. The shooter is now in custody.
Okay.
And the Army Criminal Investigation Division is on site to ensure that the perpetrator of this atrocity, which is exactly what it is, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The entire nation is praying for the victims and their families, and hopefully they'll fully recover, and we can put this chapter behind, but we're not going to forget what happened. We're going to take very good care of this person that did this, horrible person.
So I want to bring in our senior nationals.
Wow.
Yeah, so even him, he's even shook. Like, what are you doing coming on the army base to kill your comrades, your colleagues? What for? We've had some incidents like that here in Minnesota happen, right? To where people go to their job and have unalived people as their co-workers just by off of emotion, right? So that takes me back to the policies in the job in place, right? Like the 90-day probationary periods of these things right now this guy has been far past the 90 days, right? So he definitely knows the rules and regulations of his duties on base.
On base, yeah.
Now for him to come in, like I said, and to try and unalive, and thank you God that he didn't, but like you said, 2 are seriously injured, right? I want to say that by being a Black man, under the assumption it's bully. There's a problem that you had personally with the 5 people, or maybe it could have just been one, and then the other people could have been just in the middle of the crossfire. We don't know.
We don't know yet.
So until these people, he was from Florida.
Yeah, Jacksonville, actually. Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida, I think. Yep.
Yep, he was from Florida, 28 years old, and he has no deployments.
No.
Records show that he was he was a good guy from so far from what I'm reading, right? He opened fire on his own unit. That's personal, Sade.
It is. That's
all personal. This is personal. This is this probably has nothing to do with any of the higher up commands. You know what I'm saying? It had to be it could have been one specific person. He had a DUI that wasn't reported to his chain of command. So he must have been liked enough to where they swept that under the rug so he wouldn't be penalized for that.
So what I'm seeing from what CNN is saying now, they're saying the suspect shooter had a disagreement with the victim the day before the shooting. So before the shooting, he had a disagreement.
Look at that. It's almost like, I mean, is the world becoming realistic with all these emotions?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have a disagreement with somebody. You got to worry about them doing something to you the next day or the next month, the next year, or, holding on and harboring those feelings. Like, there should be laws in place that you should get extra time for moving out of emotion.
Oh,
I'm serious. This is stupid. It's stupid.
They're saying, okay, this is the suspect, I guess, talking, or some of the victims. That one victim, he said the suspect arrived to the military base this morning at 9 a.m. Gun he purchased in Florida in May. Then followed the victim to the maintenance area and shot the person in the chest. Law enforcement officials at CNN says.
See what I'm saying? You had an argument with him yesterday and you come back to shoot him today.
Yeah.
You went and purchased armor in May, having plans on hurting somebody.
Yeah, or either protecting yourself, but you did bring that gun.
You brought it to work, though. You can't protect it. It should have been in your car, if anything, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was targeted. He meant to do it. And
it said that witnesses say that soldiers in the area that witnessed the shooting immediately and without hesitation tackled the soldier and subdued him and allowed law enforcement to then take him into custody.
Thank goodness he wasn't keep on shooting wildly in.
No, he had an intended targets
Yes.
because you shot 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't an accident.
No.
It says all victims are unstable. Suspects are stable. Suspect was active duty sergeant.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, they're very upset at him.
Oh yeah.
The victims were all shot with personal weapon, not a military weapon. They want to be clear on that. These weren't
Right.
military weapons. So you, like I said, you personalize this
Mm-hmm.
situation. You get in an argument with somebody, you come back and shoot. We can't have conversations now. We can't have
Right.
disagreements now.
Nope.
Everything is kill, excuse
They
me,
have. Yeah.
unalive. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What is this world? Like,
If you have
seriously.
a disagreement with someone, please work it out, hash it out. You don't have to resort to violence of this magnitude.
Everyone
Unfortunate.
seems everyone seems to, I'm gonna say, people with very low self-esteem, no confidence people. Them people you gotta run away from. You can't even be
Yeah.
friends with them. You
Oh
cannot
yeah.
be friends with them.
Nope.
There's
Even
no point. They're on
not
broke
even
time. They're
just
they're they're, they're broke.
miserable or miserable people that's always gloom and doom every day, all day. You just got to stay away from the type of people.
Yeah, miserable and broke. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what nobody say, because if you had some money or you was worried about getting some money, you dang sure ain't got time for jail.
No,
You dang sure ain't got time to be worrying and sitting around thinking and in an emotional state of mind about somebody that ain't paying your bills or doing nothing for you. For
exactly.
you to go into a place
Mm.
that you ain't gonna be able to pay no bills, you ain't gonna be able to take care of yourself, and you gonna be under somebody else's rules.
Ain't gonna
So
be
to
able to
me,
live
that's
life.
some broken time, broken
It
emotionally,
is. It
spiritually,
is.
and mentally. You don't need to be, and physically. You don't
Okay.
need to be around them. I ain't, if I gotta sit and argue with you, if I'm anywhere where I'm uncomfortable and gotta argue with you, I'll never come again. And any
Yeah.
friend that invites me into an environment that I gotta argue with somebody, I'm not fooling with them either. I'm
Right.
serious. You can't be around nowhere where your guards gotta be up all the
Up
time.
all the
Your guards
time.
up,
Yep.
you shouldn't be there.
Yep. Your head is on the swivel all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
You
No.
gotta, that has to happen outside, right? When you walk outside your door. You think I
Yeah.
want to do it amongst family and friends?
No. Not at all.
No,
Mm-mm. We're
absolutely
not doing
not.
that. We're not doing that in 2025.
And absolutely not. So there was two things I want to discuss, right? This
Mm-hmm.
thing is about Deshaun Flood, right? Now
Okay.
he is a Detroit man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was married, I believe, and had 3 kids with a woman, right?
Mm, mm, mm.
So it says this happened 5 days ago, right? And the reason why this is disturbing is because there's a celebrity going through this at the same time. But we're going to speak on this guy that isn't a celebrity right now, right? Well, he's arraigned and he's in jail, right?
Okay.
Thank God the woman is still alive. So it says the
Oh,
Detroit man was arraigned on multiple charges, including assault with intent to murder his wife.
what?
Okay, so the reason why this is a big in the media right now, it hasn't grown its legs yet, but it's on its way. It says it's alleged that on Tuesday, July 29th, 2025, Flood was waiting for his wife when she arrived at her job, a Michigan rehab service uh, for a living facility, right? He
Mm-hmm.
approached her with and appeared to have reached for a gun. Now she was in a car with a coworker. They were on
Okay.
lunch. They were going somewhere, but she was in a car with a coworker, right? She attempted to take cover in the coworker's vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he prevented her from closing the door and shot through the door, right? Shot her, shot the caught his wife. No, shot the coworker,
Okay.
right? Was in the driver's door. And then the wife ran around the building, right? He caught her and pistol whooped her several times, beating her in the head.
Oh my goodness.
And then he shot the wife too, right? She was shot several times, but her injuries did not appear to be life-threatening. The co-worker wasn't injured, but someone else was, right? So it must have been like multiple people coming to help. Okay. 2 counts of assault with an intent to murder, a life, or any terms of years of a felony. 1 count of weapons, firearm possession by a prohibited person, a 5-year felony, and 3 counts of weapons, felony, firearm, 2 years consecutive on each count. Okay. So they're saying he's on $1 million bond right now, right? It says that he's scheduled to go to court on this Thursday and on the 14th, right?
Okay.
So they're stating that from what was told and what the backstory is that this is not funny, but I'm laughing because I don't know how this girl kept up with this lie. She has 3 kids with him. They were married.
Oh my God.
But some inside of him said he wanted a paternity test.
Oh,
find out.
Wait a minute. He wanted a paternity test, Nina?
On all 3 children.
How they look? Maybe going by the looks.
This case is so big, white podcasters is talking about this. Now, not to colorize everything, but they even jumped on it because there was I even seen Caucasian man talking about he don't know what he would do if he found out that none of his children were his.
Oh,
the man found out but guess what? Here's the plot twist, y'all. Not only ain't the kids his, the kids belong to somebody in his family. They ain't saying who. Don't know if it's the brother, the uncle, or the cousin. It could be the son, one of his other sons.
So wait a minute. Danita. So he did the DNA. 99% not his, but there's a DNA match.
There's matches. The DNAs is matches in his family. The kids belong to some people in his family. And like I said, could be daddy, uncle, brother, cousin, son.
You mean to tell me, lady, you live
grandpa?
Okay, grandpa. Look, but lady, you live with this. She knew. A woman's intuition, when you popping these babies out, your time frame and who these daddies is. The bad part about it, you knew you was creeping around with a family member.
She's sleeping with the family members, and she's told this man for years that these were his children. But the DNAs match in the family, just not to him. The percentage isn't to him. So they're in his bloodline. He finds this out and he crashes out. That's a crime of passion.
That is a crime of passion.
I don't know how much time he would get. That's what the Caucasian podcaster was saying. I don't know, but this is just 5 days ago. The Sean Flood is from
still developing.
Detroit. If you guys want to look it up, you can look it up. But I just said we had to bring this awareness on because imagine that. I'm married to you and none of your children belong to you.
That's crazy. And then think about it, how the kids are feeling if they're at a certain age, thinking this is my dad all this time. And to turn around, my dad is in prison, in jail, fighting a case because he shoots mom or do whatever he does to abuse mother. And that's not even our dad because that's it. Girl, that'll blow.
Look, I'm saying, who did the kids belong to?
Yeah, exactly. So now, when you said that's a crime of passion, yes, it is. So a lot of times that could be a defense, especially in that state, the Michigan. I'm thinking that is a thing. Minnesota, I don't think have that kind of crime of passion. Maybe, probably so, but Detroit, Illinois, yes, I done seen people get off with crime of passion.
Yeah, because they're not saying who, they're not giving the backstory. They're just talking about him. We will
Mm-hmm.
prosecute this case vigorously and
But I
pursue
mean,
full accountability through the justice system.
but he was temporarily out of his mind at the time.
Yeah,
I'm quite sure that will be part of his defense as well.
they won't say they're
He
not
may,
saying they're not saying nothing of who they're just talking about him. They ain't talking about
wow.
her.
Well, that'll all play out in court as well. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason
Oh,
why
here goes
he
something right
Imagine
here.
being
did
married
what
to
he's
your
supposed to do.
wife and you have 3 kids.
Oh, and they showing the babies. Oh God, they were little babies. 2 girls and a boy.
Mm.
Listen.
That you thought were yours are not. Your blood is probably boiling at this point. Well, guess what? In the Sean Flood's case, this man found out that all 3 of the kids were not his. And to make things even worse, not only was this woman cheating on this man, she was cheating on him with his relatives. So the kids belonged to his relatives. After getting this information, Deshaun decides to go down to his wife's job and confront her about it. She sees him coming and runs inside of one of her co-workers' car. That didn't stop Deshaun from shooting her multiple times. And when she tried to run wild shot, Deshaun chased her down and pistol whipped her. After
Oh.
hearing the gunshot, some of the co-workers called the cops. The cops came, arrested Deshaun, and the wife made it to the hospital where she survived. There are some people on the internet that are saying it's a valid crash out because not only was she cheating on him, she was cheating on this man with his relatives. And others are saying that they believe that he took it too far.
That's what
Mm.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's
Mm.
all I'm saying. Do you think that it was do you think that it was justifiable?
I mean, to that extent, not to probably take a gun and shoot and all that, but when you mad, you mad. I've been mad before, and I've done some crazy. I
There's
crashed
no
out.
return on that. It's
It,
just like there's no return on disrespect. If
no,
you
it's not.
disrespect me, just stay over there. Just stay
Yeah.
there. You you
Mhm.
you chose when you chose to disrespect me. You chose when you chose to be my enemy. That's what you
Yeah.
chose. Stay over there.
Yeah.
What we got to talk about? That's what
Nothing.
you chose. Because
Mm.
when you're disrespecting somebody, you can't regret it and say sorry. Like I just
No,
we I,
no.
I don't got no
That's
time for
why.
that.
That's
Not
why
for
I can't.
adults. Mm-mm.
That's why I can't. I look. I can't. Please hold my hands. I like to sit, I have to sit on my hands
Silly.
because look, you disrespect me, I'm just gonna have to go upside your head. I'm sorry. I have
Definitely.
to face consequences later. But I'm just that type of person. I do not like that flailing your hand all in my face. This that I ain't going for that. Never have and never will. I don't care. I'll fight a bear if the bear put his hands in my face. That's
Okay, so
disrespectful. Boundaries,
very,
people. Boundaries. Oh
very.
my God, poor lady though. I feel bad for her. She's in the hospital, but she should have brought that to that man's attention. I mean, you knew how long y'all been married. Number one, I would have been embarrassed. I would have ran away.
Hmm.
I would have said out these kids ain't yours through a letter, a email or something. Look, I ran away because these kids ain't yours, sir. Sorry, gotta go. Mm, mm.
Well, so I seen it was some information online and it showed that now this is I didn't know I didn't know if it was true or not, right?
Uh-huh.
So there were speculations stating that what's her name? Bambi had threatened Tasha K
Mm.
and that she supposedly hurt Tasha K, behind Tasha K reporting that one of her kids don't belong to Scrappy. That's why I was
Oh,
talking about. That's why I had to bring up the Sean Flood case
because we
first.
lead
Then
into
we'll
this,
end with Tasha
girl.
K's law, like
So okay, wait a minute. Tasha K lives. I thought is she in Chicago or is she in
she's in
Atlanta now?
Florida.
She's in
She's in
Florida.
Florida.
Okay.
Yes.
So she said allegedly that's not.
So so so
She's not happy.
there's a supposedly that one of her kids don't belong, allegedly doesn't belong to Scrappy. That's why Mama D goes in on Bambi so bad, and that's why they don't get along. But Scrappy hasn't said anything about it because his kids are his kids, right?
Right.
So it says Bambi confronts Tasha K over a DNA leak and it vows revenge, right? It says, the tension escalates as both sides present their sides with receipts and accusations. The situation reaches a peak when Scrappy goes live, revealing his hurt and ending the drama. Bambi faces backlashes, loses everything, and reflections on her actions in the final heartfelt video, right? Stating that they went to court, that Tasha K had proof that one of the babies allegedly doesn't belong to Scrappy. I don't know if that's true or not, right? I'm reading what the internet is saying, right?
Right.
Allegedly that's what the internet is stating, that uh that one of the babies aren't his. So it was alleged that Bambi like gave Tasha K a 5-piece and gave her a concussion.
Oh.
And this is all because due to some of the love and hip hop producers tried to take down Bambi and gave Tasha K some evidence and information about Scrappy's business. They were scared that Scrappy was going to quit, right? They can't afford for him to quit.
Right.
Right. They were given the sabotage to Bambi because they want to move the new drama in. The new drama is this new baby mama that he had.
Oh yeah.
And the new girlfriend that Erica doesn't get along with.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
They got it going on.
Yeah.
We got to find out what Tasha K say.
Tasha K after DNA. Yeah, Tasha K leaked the DNA, right? I didn't want to let the video go all together because this isn't a reliable source. This is
right. We will not shoot that
on YouTube, right? But that it does state, if you go on Google right now, it does state right now, one day ago, Bambi explodes at Tasha K after DNA leak and vows revenge on camera. Bambi accused of brutal fight with Tasha K. Leaked footage goes viral. This was just released a day or two ago, y'all. So this isn't nothing that we're making up. This is what it's clear as day, right here on the internet. It just hasn't grown any legs yet and hasn't blew up, to where people are really, really talking about it, because I mean,
it's the beginning stages, and then we haven't heard anybody the two people talking about it.
Yeah, well, Scrappy isn't going to talk about it because genuinely I feel that he's done with Bambi, but he's not over Bambi. I feel that he loves his wife, ex-wife, whatever. He's just doing him. And I feel now that they're saying, that's why I feel that if you notice, Bambi didn't go ham when he had the baby.
Yeah.
She didn't act up.
No.
I thought that was kind of strange. Now it
Yeah.
all makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because we now know that you was doing something too.
That you wasn't supposed to been doing.
And I'm not gonna say I can't say that what she was supposed to be doing, because if you're in a marriage, that you are in a marriage for a reason. That's the point of you getting married, because you ain't supposed to be sleeping with nobody else.
Right.
It's not fair game for either party. You cheat or you cheat, you're both wrong. You broke a vow, right? The point of you being married is the vow. It's not the paper.
Right.
It's spiritual in turn, that you are as one with God, right? With the highest power. That's your vow. So whether the woman cheat or the man cheat, you're both out of pocket.
Right.
And I ain't never been married. Don't want to, but I'm just saying. If you know, something change comes over and I was to be married, that's what it would be. You have to be as one, right? Because I seen marriage all through my life in my household. So I just know that it's as one, and both are in the wrong. Man ain't no more wrong than
Yeah.
than the woman.
Exactly.
So if she was chilling on the cheat, she was chilling on the cheat because she was doing it.
Right.
Well, it was one more thing that I wanted to cover. It was something light. Oh, so let me see. It was something about Trump. He okay, so
Oh,
this is
did,
this just one quick thing. You not Does everybody ever notice those charges that we constantly get from Apple
girl,
on
yes.
your
What's
bank
going on?
account?
Yeah.
Okay,
All the time.
so it's stating that Trump's live update news on Apple investment and India tariffs. You guys know that these charges have a lot to do with the tariffs before we even knew about it. I just noticed that. Remember, we always talk about that. You look on your account, and every week
Corner you
or
turn.
two, you'll notice a $13,
Mm-hmm.
$5.99, $2.99,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll always say apple.com. I want y'all to know that every single time, we always think that Google is free. Google ain't free.
No.
These are these little charges that's coming
Good
in on
small
your
charges.
phone,
Yeah,
on
that's
your phone
weird.
bill. And you never can explain it. You can go to your bank and tell your bank, I didn't approve of that, I didn't charge that. They'll never take it off. They spin you around. They spin you around. Even if they take the money back, it comes right back. The next month
Yeah.
you're still being charged for it. None of that
But
stuff goes
but it's
away.
supposed to be like a monthly charge for certain things that we sign up for. Like, why am I like Apple Music? I don't get the music. I mean, that I'm supposed to get. I can't even use it to even use content. So why am I paying you $14 a month?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check into that. That's yeah, something funky going on.
Yeah.
Y'all hand over fist. Every time
Right.
I turn around, you taking my money.
They're taking my money and I need all of it. I don't care if it's $2.99, $5.99, $13.99, all of that adds up and I need it.
Right.
Well, that's it, y'all, on this Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Catch up with us
All right.
on Fridays and weekdays, 6
Okay.
p.m.
6 p.m.
Meet the Shoe. Thank you.
Thank you.